it's very much a family. We very much care about each other. We don't want to see each other get hurt. Like, if it's my birthday, they all call me. You know, it's kind of like a little bit of a different crew in wrestling, but the storytelling's still all there. And I think that's the big thing between comics and wrestling. It still has that storytelling. When I make comics, I don't see a lot of difference between wrestling. Like when you're learning about wrestling and being in matches, there is sort of like a hero's journey to the whole thing. And if you understand that hero's journey aspect to taking apart a match, then you can like take it apart to do other things. But it's also like that in comics, right? You think about the hero's journey and like how you can bend the rules with that in order to tell that story. And I think that's something that's like as old as time. You know what I mean? And a lot of wrestling, I feel.
Tale as old as time.
Yes. I feel like you know, wrestling and comics has like sort of like a Roman gladiator-ness to it. We're telling stories about heroes, and you know, I think back in the day people just would have gone to the Coliseum to get their stories and their fights. And you know, wrestling is sort of the thing I don't like about MMA is it's just too real. I like that when I go to see a wrestling match.
They're borrowing heavily
They stick a lot of elements.
Yeah,
from what we do.
But I mean,
they're not fake enough.
Yeah, being in, well, no, but I mean, being in wrestling is kind of like the one thing that's like half sport, half theater, right? So, I mean, and then people I wrestle with, they're on like a spectrum. Are you more sport? Are you more theater? You know, and I think we have probably like one of the greatest entertainers that ever wrestled.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I know what got me into wrestling was the bigger than life characters growing up, especially in the 80s. You had like the Hulk Hogan's, the Ultimate Warriors, even like the Jake the Snake, the Undertaker. I love the bright theatrics and the colorfulness of it. Like it's bigger than life. You couldn't find anything like that really anywhere else because it was more contained within, I don't want to say realism, but like I like the bigger characters. I like the over-the-topness, and that's also what drew me into comics. Superman, like that's, of course, no one out there would ever be like Superman in real life, but I like that. I like that as this big, bright guy that can do everything. Same thing with Batman, like this guy can do everything. Same thing with Hulk Hogan, he can do everything, you know, like he even body slam Andre the Giant. That's amazing. So like for me, the characters drew me in for both. Like, I kind of slightly became obsessed with Catwoman just because of the movie, but then I found the comics with the Jim Ballard version of it, and I thought it was, again, bigger than life, bright and colorful, and that's what attracted me to it. So I think that, in a way, is how another way they're so connected, besides just the art of storytelling. It's also the type of character archetypes they have, you know. You have the villains, and then you have the superheroes, John Cena, aka Superman, you know, you have like the Lex Luthors, who are also the Vince McMahon.
That's Luger with a G.
Yeah.
Lex Luger.
It was the incredible Hulk Hogan.
Well, Lex
about
Luger is his own thing, but
comics, wrestling.
This is me making a bold statement here. I believe, and I will have to get Dwayne's response to this. I believe it was his portrayal of Clark Kent on Saturday Night Live that allowed Hollywood to see the potential in Dwayne Johnson. I honestly believe it. He killed it.
No, that SNL, that whole thing, that made him.
The entire episode was great.
Right.
And just in case you wanted, the people's elbow I did was completely ad-libbed. I mean, I knew I was going to do it, but I didn't tell him. Ron I was going to do it.
That whole episode was amazing. I literally can remember that entire.
Yeah,
that was like the coolest thing for me because I was still in high school, and I thought it was the coolest thing in the world to see like all you guys, like you, Paul White, like Rod, like all those guys. Like I'm like, oh,
Triple H.
all my friends started-
Yeah, Triple H.
Hysterical.
But The Rock just destroyed it that night.
Peepers too, Mr.
Mr. Peepers, yeah. He did the great job with Mr. Peepers, but
He was in drag out in that one episode too, wasn't he?
yes, he was.
I nearly
with,
peed myself when he was in drag and the
Too
pig
much
dressed him.
information.
Yeah, very attractive woman as well, I should add.
Long legs.